Hey y'all, it's eclipse day. Hey, it's Hailey again. On Hailey Has the Talking Stick, and no one else has it because I have it. No one else. um, yeah, so I think it's been 2 weeks since I posted my last podcast, and my idea of this was to do bi-weekly. So I'm pretty much on time, although technically that would have been yesterday or Sunday whenever I get done with this. But I just kept on doing something else instead of this. So that's what happens when you don't make things a priority. But I do have a lot. I was like, I do have a lot to talk about in this, and a lot of stuff to update all my friends and family and the abyss of the internet. So it's time, just in those mere 2 weeks. Lots of stuff. And what else do I want to cover here? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna start a timer. What was my last one? 15 minutes? Oh, 15 minutes is not a long time. Okay, well, I'll do a stopwatch. I'll just have that going over there so I can see it. Okay, well, where do I want to start? Well, the eclipse was today in New York City. It was about a 90% coverage. Pretty cool. I did look at it with my bare eyes. I think if I have looked at the sun with my bare eyes before, what makes it why I can't with the eclipse? But I really didn't. I just went like this. I went. So I don't think there's any damage. Maybe a little. But anyways, I don't recommend that to anybody. No, there really was something that was. I need to take notes on things. Anyways, yeah. So the eclipse, that was a couple hours ago. Wish I was back home in Indiana. Could have seen the whole shebang, and now I have to be in freaking Canada in 2044 or something to see that again. And it was in my own hometown, and what a life event. What a life event. Anyways, okay. I might have to cut just so I can think about what I was gonna say there for a second. Well, I guess I'll start. Oh, I was going to say this. This was just in my mind. Nothing important. Okay, this is anticlimactic. I was going to say I was going to film this weekend, but, and let me tell you, it's Monday, and this is what I wore to bed last night. And I woke up, and I sat at my work desk, and my hair, it's okay. It's all right. It's giving a little alt. It's giving a little punk. I got it trimmed recently. But yeah, it was way cuter this weekend. But I guess when your hair looks cute, you want to go out and do things instead of record a podcast. But I was like, oh, I'm going to get all dolled up for the next one. No. Because you know what that's going to do? Be another thing that's going to halt me in recording it. So I said, no, we're just going to do it. So, okay, so we're probably 4 minutes in already, and I have not done anything but yap. So, this was something I briefly talked about on my Snapchat, and I'll go ahead and talk about this. So I'm having some skin issues. Relatable moment. Not the oily kind of skin problems, like the dry skin problems. And it's just kind of unknown down here. So I said, I'm going to go and get a facial. And I got like a % discount because it's one of those facial places that's kind of like a membership, and you go and you can go get a facial. Anyways, very relaxing experience, and they swindled me into buying, products for an undisclosed amount of money. Okay, well, I start using it, and things get worse. So I was like, okay, so I went to a dermatologist. First of all, to get an appointment with a dermatologist right now is pretty remarkable. I feel like they're always booked. But anyways, I got in. I show her I came prepared. Garfunkel! No. I came prepared, okay? I took pictures of all my products, and I said, this is what I'm using. She didn't even look at it for half a second. Stop! Don't use that. Don't use it. Huh? You mean to tell me that I spent the undisclosed amount of money on products that I'm not even supposed to use? She said, just use CeraVe. Just use CeraVe PM. First of all, I'm a Cetaphil girl. I don't know if they have a PM version, so. But I do need to buy that now. Probably much cheaper than what I paid at said facial place. So, word of advice, don't be an idiot. An idiot. And buy product. Why did I do that? I really thought I was like, this is gonna last. I'm trying to make the smart choices, put sunscreen on. I want to be a MILF one day, a GILF even. I want my skin to look good, and I am investing in myself. So that's where I have that problem. So onward to other things that have happened in my life. It's kind of, it is, I think, a little bit of, in between this. My therapist brought this up. The 2 weeks between a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse is kind of crazy. So I can only blame it on that. But I do have mostly things to whine about in this. But that's where the most of my personality comes out. I will end it with things I'm grateful for or something, and other miscellaneous things. But I wanted to give everybody an update on my weekend. Okay. So some of you have heard about it. The earthquakes. They're not that bad. Nothing was that bad. But there was an earthquake, 2 actually, in New York City. And I'm taking this moment to be in the spotlight, having my 15 minutes of fame. Yes, I felt the earthquakes. Yeah, I did. And it was actually pretty cool because the last time an earthquake happened that I was in, also, heads up, thankfully everybody's okay from what I know. It wasn't that bad. I know that there's way worse earthquakes, but anyways, I had never really felt one. The last one was in 2008 in Indiana, and I was asleep, and I was livid that I didn't feel it because I was like, what the heck, guys? I was 10, and I was like, why did I not feel the earthquake? But, so yeah, I was sitting right where this camera is at my desk, and a train was passing under by, and I was like, that's loud, and that's shaking a lot for the train. Is the ground about to collapse? Come to find out, it was an earthquake, and it was kind of cool, to be honest. I was like, whoa. So, yeah, reveled in that for a moment, and then I continue working on my Friday, and Evan and I are planning to move to Colorado, and we've been applying to places. Let's just say everybody only just be smart. Be smart about applying. I'll tone it down. Be smart. Okay, guys? Because basically, I really thought I hit the jackpot. This place in Boulder, which I'm actually looking at Fort Collins. But, whatever. Place in Boulder, decently priced, comes up, I message, can I have more pics? Sure, we're starting texting. First red flag. Keep that in Zillow, first of all, from experience. Keep it in Zillow. So we're messaging, they ask me a few questions. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is a landlord rather than like a company, because I'm all about a landlord, more personable. Anyways, so I was like, this is amazing. It's good price. It's in Boulder, whatever. So then I get an email and we're communicating that way. They send me the application. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is wonderful. And from there, Evan and I submit the application. And we include our IDs, our pay slips. Oh, can't forget our social security number, which honestly, it's not that weird to ask for your social security, or so I thought, because I have given it to other places before. So I don't like giving out my social security. But anyways, all that information just sent to this guy. And then, oh, surprise, we've been accepted. Yeah, we've been accepted. So go ahead and call to accept offer. let's just say that guy was not the right guy, because I had stalked the landlord online, because I was like, this is a real guy. It was a real guy. And that guy did not match the guy we were on the phone with. So one thing led to the next, and the guy's like, because of the Constitution, I don't have to show you my ID, because I had requested to see it to confirm his identity. Okay, because of the Constitution, how about you shut up? So, yeah, then that happened. Then I scrambled on my Friday evening after 2 earthquakes to put a credit fraud alert on any possible credit, file our taxes, probably got to get a new ID. Lots of fun stuff that just wiped me out. Wiped me out on my Friday night. So yeah, crazy weekend, still recovering. I guess that was the gist of it. So that's my story time. I let a lot of that out. I am still looking for places in Colorado, but I'm a lot more particular and a little less excited, because that place was perfect, but it was perfect for a good reason, because it wasn't available for rent. Okay. Anyways, what else is new? Well, I guess on my last episode, since this is now a series, it is 2 episodes of a video podcast. It's not a podcast, it's a video podcast, because it's not on Spotify, where you listen to your podcasts, okay? I'm not there yet. So just hush, and if you want it to be an audio podcast, click out of the window and don't watch it. Then it can be a podcast. Goodness, I did get that comment. So it's a video podcast. Other things of note. What else is new? Yeah, people seem to enjoy it. My friends and family, which is exactly the intended audience. And I am happy to be a part of your lunchtime break. And I did get from some friends, like I definitely, when I visit friends, if I have access to the camera and audio, totally want to do a podcast with my buddies. But yeah, I guess with that, if you have suggestions or ideas, or just go ahead and share those with me, put it in the comments. Like questions or prompts, if you want to share those. Yeah, I know Jackson, one of my friends, Jackson, suggested that, but I kind of forgot the details of what he suggested. It was something along those lines. Probably should have taken a note on that. Let's see, let's check my notes, because I did have a couple other things. Okay, taking call-ins. Taking call-ins. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then my other note is the shrimp monologue. I think it would be fun to memorize the shrimp monologue in Shark Tales. I'm not going to do that on video yet. I'm not there with my confidence level, but the shrimp monologue is very funny. And I do love that. And I think that that would be a great piece of content to eventually memorize. I did write that. So, things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I didn't give that stupid idiot money, although my identity is in his hands. I'm grateful to have seen 90% of the eclipse today, even though I could have seen 100% in my hometown. No, these are backhanded grateful things. I'm grateful for the gluten-free pickle chips I had on Friday after getting scammed. We found a place that had gluten-free pickle chips, and they were really good. I'm grateful I made some gluten-free bread. I'm grateful for the experience, although the taste wasn't quite there. The texture is a little gummy, and I think I understand why. I think I understand why I probably should just buy from an expert on gluten-free goods, because I don't think I want to know or learn the science around that at all. Because it actually, who waits 20 hours for yeast? And then my whole house smells like yeast. Yeah, that was this weekend as well. Forgot to mention that. What else? Oh, movies, music. Movies, I watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid 1 and Diary of a Wimpy Kid Roderick Rules. Both amazing. I would watch them again. They are actually, the music in those, I remember getting chills when I was little watching the music, from the music. I just love that movie because I loved the books. Oh, books. I don't care if this podcast goes over at this point because I forgot a whole section of this that I was supposed to mention. So I think I may have mentioned, maybe I didn't. Right now I'm reading 2 books. I'm getting back into a reading bookworm era, and I'm reading. It's really fun. So I'm listening to Project Hail Mary. It's very fun, very good. That's not why I brought you here today, though. Okay? So I was skeptical of A Court of Thorn and Roses. But I said, you know what? Brittany Broski speaks highly of it. I'll try it. Okay, the first one had me hooked. I was like, this is all right. Will I read all 8 books or however 6? I don't know. And there's like 4 different subsections and a way to read all. I don't know. I'm not there. Let me just tell you, I'm in book 2. Chills. I can feel them. I can't put that thing down. I'm in book 2, which is, I read it on my Kindle, so I barely even get to see it. A Court of, oh my gosh, Misery? What? Let me get this. This is my Kindle. I read it on the subway. What is this book called? Okay, well, A Court of Mist and Fury. Misery. So, I can't put it down. I cannot put it down. And I think this is the fastest I've read since 4th grade. Before school plucked that desire right out of me and made me lose sight of what I loved in reading. I am back. And it is this book. At least for now. I never thought I'd be into whatever this is. Fairy smut fantasy. I love it. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on that. So, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Oh, I watched Iron Claw. That was very good. Very much enjoyed it. I watched Late Night with the Devil in theaters. Very fun, very creepy, very, very scary. I loved it. Minus the apparently AI images that they made. That's a whole other discussion there. Not for my now 17-minute video podcast. But, yeah, those are some movies. And then music. I'll end this with some music. I cannot. Sorry, I got an email. Focus. I'm literally in the middle of a podcast and I got distracted. La La means I love you. This song's following me. I hear it in the grocery. I heard it on my Discover Weekly. Then I heard it on my liked songs, probably because it's in my liked songs. But for the thing is, I heard it in the grocery and I thought that was weird. But I do love it and it's really good. So that's my song for you. And I'll be back maybe in a week, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe next time I'll be cutified and have coffee again. But I was like, I want to record. I have stuff to talk about. So thank you for joining. And I love all my friends and my family and the abyss of the internet. And yeah, I will put the talking stick down.